What is going on, guys? Whiskey Will here, Will YBHC on YouTube, Whiskey Will on the ECF, and I got some new things I want to show you. This is going to be a review / mod, and these are the green Cig. These are green Cigs from Inhaler. I haven't really found any other vendors that sell these, so these are pretty cool. The flavor's just about the same. The vapor protection is just about the same on KR, except it tastes like something's burning when you have it at a high voltage, unless you do it right. So these things are not like the KRs because the way they're built. They vape. They have the same great flavor and stuff as the KR. They last about the same. I haven't really noticed that much of a difference, and they're $15. But if you mod them right, they are cool as hell. So you guys have probably seen in my video on the direct drip on the KRs, and you can drip in there and you can keep on vaping. Well, there is no other way really to save these besides that. So if you get that burnt taste and you want to direct drip with them, that's pretty cool, because you can. Well, with these, if you do it right, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to ever buy these, and they're not worth it. But if you do mod, I got 3. One was already modded. One I managed to completely hack apart, and I don't think I'll ever, it's not reusable, but I can show you the actual Addy. And one, I finally did it right. So this is how you do it, and if you can do it, it might be worth it. Need Vapor sent me these for free, and she sent me one that wasn't modded, one that was, to just kind of give me a hint at what I'm doing and to reuse. And she's gotten 5 months out of it, so that's awesome. And if you can get 5 months of an Addy, that is really cool. It's just, these are expensive. They're 15 compared to about 10, $7.50 what you're gonna spend on a KR. But if you could redo them, that's cool. I mean, they'll last for a long time, it seems like. So what you're gonna have to do is, I'm not even gonna put this in all the way because it's a pain in the ass to get out. So usually you'll have that tip in there, and it'll be all the way in there like a KR. And with a KR, we all know, hey, you can just pop that off. It's no problem. And so you get your toothpick and you pop it off. Not the case with these at all. These are glued in there, so you have to use a razor blade, and you have to go all the way around it trying to pop it up, but doing it carefully so it doesn't break the plastic, because if you break the plastic, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get them out. And so when you finally get it all the way around, you can start doing it harder and harder to get it up. And once you have it up, you have this thick, glued in piece of shit tip that is really hard plastic, not bendable plastic, but plastic that will break off. And if you do that, you'll have a little tiny O-ring, which I don't know what the purpose is for it. Take that out, throw it out, and finally you'll get this. And that is where your liquid, that's solid right there, it's open on the bottom, and that's what your liquid is kept in with polyfill. We all know what it is. Alright, and so that is glued in too. Guess what? You have to fucking get in there with your toothpick and chip all the way around, trying to loosen it up, kind of banging it around, and it'll finally really loosen up. And so once I did it by kind of pushing it around in there, so it's like this. Alright, let me see. So you kind of push it and you can see it moving, and once you can kind of spin it, you can pull this out. Really a hassle with these things. And so once you pull it out, here, let me pull out mine. So once it's not glued in and it's not pulled out, you can fill it, and you could put this back in there, and you could direct drip if you want. So, see, I'm still having trouble sometimes getting this out, even though it's not glued in anymore. So there you go. Finally get that plastic part out. And so that, whoa, trying to get you guys a good picture. That's what it's like inside. It's just a bunch of hairs. Here, I'll show you what this is what it looks like. It's just a bunch of hairs in there, and that's your addy. And so you could direct drip if you want, but I found this is a more legit way. And so you're going to take out your polyfill, you're going to take your little tampon out, and you're going to refill that up. And I use the blue foam. It worked really good. It's working really good. And I could fit about 15 drops in there, maybe 19 if I'm feeling a little dangerous. And you could put this back in, and what I'm recommending is when you put this back in, get rid of that plastic tip too. Just throw that out, that white plastic tip, and put it in there just level, so it's not too low. And you get a whistle tip, and this one is for a 510. You cut it up so it's just the top part, and you just push it in there. And so it kind of looks like a 901 Addy now. That's pretty cool. And you could re-vape off this. And they work really good. I use them at work. So it's about the same amount of vapor as I get out of my KRs. I don't have any special liquid in here. It's not VG. It's just a homemade little cappuccino butter waffle. It's just something random I was making. So if you could do that, they do last a long time, and you can refill them, but it is a hassle, and they look pretty cool. They're a lot longer now, completely longer than my KRs, and this is with a condom on. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully I'll have mine last a really long time. And this is the way that she did it. Instead, at least yeah. So instead of actually taking out the cartridge, she cuts that plastic part and puts the blue foam directly in there. And it works pretty much the same. I feel like I'm getting more vapor, and it's a little bit stiffer draw, but stiffer draw the way I like. And this works the same. This works just as good. But so that's two ways to do it, and I might get a little bit more vapor out of hers actually, but I like the way mine feels. Yeah, a little bit more vapor, but the draw is just right on mine, it feels like. So that's how you do a green cig mod. There's plenty of other ways. I'm sure I could fill that up with the pyramid bags. I could just direct drip. Here, let me show you guys what a direct drip looks like on here too. So this one I actually managed to completely annihilate, so I just cut at the end, and I could direct drip now. And so I'm gonna just put some waffle juice in here.